1, 2, 3. Here we go again. Another year has gone. Another pink flamingo added to the lawn. Things have really changed since 50 years ago. But goddess knows we still have far to go. Happy Gay Pride to everyone and all. If it weren't for gay folks, America'd be dull. Happy Gay Pride to every one of us. How'd we get so lucky to be so fabulous? We all remember Ellen and what happened to her show. She was in the live and the critics said hell no. But there's that other guy with his rugged handsome face. To be gay on TV, you will need a little grace. Happy Gay Pride to everyone and all. If it weren't for gay folks, America'd be dull. Happy Gay Pride to every one of us. How'd you get so lucky to be so fabulous? I have a pretty girlfriend, we'd like to say I do, but we don't have the right, they say it is wrong for you. Marriage is too sacred for sinning sodomites, as if those heteros have got it right. Happy Gay Pride to everyone I know. If it were for gay folks, America'd be dull. Happy Gay Pride to every one of us. How'd we get so lucky to be so fabulous? Hello everybody, I'm Leah Carey, and that song is the Gay Pride Millennium Polka that I wrote in 2000 for the Gay Pride in Buffalo on June 16th. And it was with, I did that show with Vicky Vogue, who is long since passed. And we miss her. And so I'm really happy to be here for this sort of live concert. It was supposed to be live streamed. Unfortunately, there was a death in my wife's family, and so we do need to leave town. So I've taken the liberty of recording some songs and put it together in what should be like a concert. So I do want to tell you a little bit about Pride Inside. It's a month-long virtual LGBTQ event that's happening on Facebook, and it's created by an old friend of mine, David Butler, whom I met when we were acting in the groundbreaking production of 10% Review. And there's an entire generation of LGBTQ people who don't understand why that production was so groundbreaking. And that brings us to one of the missions of Pride Inside, and that is to focus on our history. And having been a large part of Buffalo's gay history in the 80s and the 90s, I'm very honored that David asked me to do a concert for this event. Ironically, right now we're living in a time where there are factions of people who are trying to erase certain parts of America's history when we as gay people have been desperately searching for ours. So I've dusted off a bunch of old ditties here, and those of you who know my songs from way back then, know that my songs were very topical. So, you know, they were written about 30 years ago, and there are going to be a lot of references in this that the younger generation are just not going to know. So to that end, I invite the people of that younger generation to seek out, you know, our older friends to, you know, ask them about some of these references. What do they mean? What do you mean? What do you mean you can't get married? What's numer? Why do these songs reference only gays and lesbians? Only 2 letters at the time, right? Why should I know Dorothy? So perhaps these questions could be answered right on this page during the show, maybe in the comments. You know, what does that mean? And, you know, hopefully someone can jump in, and if not, I can jump in later. So I do want to draw your attention to get to Pride Inside through Facebook, and prideinsidenow@gmail.com. You could talk to David or Jeff, and go to the page and see the kinds of things that are going on that have been going on all month. So without further ado, we'll go to the next tune. This is a tune that was written by Romanowski and Phillips, who were a gay singing duo back in the 80s and 90s, and it was a very radical concept to have, you know, gay people singing on stage. And I did go on tour with them for a while, and they had this very funny song. Did a lot of humor in their music. Their song was called "What Kind of Self-Respecting Faggot Am I?" And I thought that the song needed a female, feminine counterpart. So I wrote this. Sandals on my feet. I'm not a vegetarian. Give me some steak to eat. What kind of self-respecting lazy am I? I've never been to Newmer or to Michigan. I don't drink beer from bottles. A glass, I'll pour it in. I don't have any crystals. Don't know my yang from yin. What kind of self-respecting lazy am I don't read any woman's journals. I like to sew, I cannot fix my car. I don't like riding motorcycles. I've never been to a woman's bar. I know that you're the kind of girl I would like to meet, but I don't go to potlucks, and workshops frighten me. I guess I'm not assertive. Well, why would I wanna be? What kind of self-respecting lazy am I? I've never seen a rally or march on Washington. I have never voted, but I'm registered Republican. And though I like Bill Clinton, I'm a Bush loving lesbian. What kind of self-respecting lazy am I? Tattoos and cats, well, they don't excite me. I don't play sports, in fact, I'm very weak. But I can't justify this notion that no self-respecting lesbian is meek. It's hard to be a lesbo when you want monogamy. I need someone to talk to, but I've never been to therapy. I guess I'll just accept this. I'll be who I wanna be. That's the kind of self-respecting lazy I am. And you would find a recording of that on my first cassette that I made in 1988. Wouldn't that be fun? And it featured the Buffalo Gay Men's Chorus singing a whole bunch of doo-wop stuff at the end, and it was a lot of fun. And I can tell you later where you can find that recording. This is my little ditty to my ode to all of those awesome women in the 70s that we all had secret crushes on, and one woman in particular. I loved them all through my childhood. Those wonderful women I've seen on the tube. The Bionic Woman and Mod Squad's Julie. I must admit, Charlie's Angels did thrill me. Even at this age, I must confess, my heart skips a beat when I watch Sharon Gless. But there's one woman above all the rest, makes my heart flutter inside my chest. Martina, you send me, I know this is nervy. Martina, I'm wishing that you would serve me back and forehand me. Come on and court me. I'm wishing that love is the score. love, Diana Rigg, Billie Jean King when she beat Bobby Riggs. Back then as now, I loved Susan Day. Is it any surprise I turned out this way? Still she's the woman who is the best, even though I never read Sudden Death. I look at those muscles and I lose my breath. Those other women were never quite like Martina. You said to me, I know this is nervy. Martina, I'm wishing that you would serve me, back and forehand me. Come on and court me. I'm wishing that love is the score. I'd give anything if I could be your gopher, your net girl, your secretary. I just got to meet you, can't you see? Martina, you turn me on. If this fantasy ever came true, when it came right down, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd probably fault, get out of line. It's easier to love you inside my mind. I wonder how many other dykes dream they're at Wimbledon eating strawberries and cream, thinking the same thing of which I now sing. Martina, you turn us on. Martina, you send me, I know this is nervy. Martina, I'm wishing that you would serve me, back and forehand me. Come on and court me. I'm wishing that love is the score. I'd like to do a cappella song that I wrote in about 1988, that I wrote as an anthem. And giving you a historical context, we had just been through the peak of the arc of the AIDS crisis from about 1983, through 88, 90, 1990. Not that it was the end of it, but it was the peak of it. And it was during a Reagan administration. So hopefully that gives you the context of when this was written. It did become an anthem. It was performed at a lot of pride events throughout the country, and had been recorded. And one of my local drag queens here in Rochester, Darien Lake, still sings this song in her show every June. So here we go. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming out of queers. Homophobes have trampled on our rights, they've done so out of fear. We have loosed our rising anger, and now it's plainly clear that gays are marching on. Glory, glory, I'm a lesbian. Glory, glory, I'm a gay man. Glory, glory, I'm a homosexual. I am truth marching on. In our homes and on street corners we have been condemned to die. We were murdered in the Holocaust by Hitler and his lies. AIDS is killing all our people whom the government denies. But gays keep marching on. Glory, glory, I'm a lesbian. Glory, glory, I'm a gay man. Glory, glory, I'm a homosexual. I am truth marching on. Through the beauty of our loving, we have let ourselves be free. We will heal our wounds through justice for all humanity. We will not deny our freedom or our sexuality. We will keep marching on. Glory, glory, I'm a lesbian. Glory, glory, I'm a gay man. Glory, glory, I'm a homosexual. I am truth marching on. That song was also recorded with the Buffalo Gay Choir, and I'll tell you later where you can get a recording of that as well. I want to thank everybody for listening today, and thanks again to Pride Inside for inviting me to sing. I just want to draw your attention to a few things. Please go visit the Pride Inside Facebook page. I'd also like to send you to a couple of my pages, Leah Carey Music and Theater. That's my music page. And also please go to TLC Trio of Western New York. That's WNY. I didn't want to spell it out. TLC Trio of WNY, and that's the trio I've been singing with. Some of you might have seen our tribute shows that we've done to Linda Ronstadt and Joni Mitchell and Carole King and the Beatles and Canadian songwriters. And we're getting ready to do a virtual cabaret on July 16th through the Musical Fair Theater cabaret there. So you can go to Musical Fair Theater to check that out, or go to the TLC Trio of Western New York page, because we will be announcing that next week and how you get tickets. It's virtual. You buy a ticket and you get access at home, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And also, I've mentioned a couple of tunes that I'd like you to maybe go listen to from my first CD that I made in 1990 called Wouldn't That Be Fun? And a couple other recordings that I've put out since that you can get. Some of them are available at iTunes. They might all be available at iTunes. Wouldn't That Be Fun? Pretty on Thursday, and Hard Road. And if not, you can go to cdbaby.com. They would be available there as well. I've talked a lot today about historical context. So, because I think, again, context is extremely important when you're talking about history. I'll give you one final piece of context about probably the most significant part of our history, the Stonewall Riots on June 28th, 1968. And the drag queens and gays and lesbians had had enough. The police were constantly raiding the gay bars. Women were being raped, men were being beaten, people were being illegally searched, thrown into jail, thrown into psych wards, that kind of stuff. And one night, everybody had enough. But one important missing piece of that context that I think people forget or may not even know about was June 28th, 1968 was the day of Judy Garland's funeral. And that cannot be ignored as a significant factor to why people finally got out and fought. Because you don't fuck with grieving drag queens. There was a time before liberation when all the witches were mad and moonstruck, when shrinking and shocking and mocking were rife. We still found each other, the ones in the light. There was a time before demonstrations when the queens and fairies were shy and fearful. We ran and we hid from the fist and the knife, yet we still found each other, the ones in the light. Do you know Dorothy? Do you have the time? Have you got a light, dear? Change for a dime. Do you come here often? I see what you mean. I know what where we won't be seen. There was a time before celebration when all my sisters were ghosts and shadows. Every femme had a butch, every husband a wife, and we still found each other, the ones in the life. Do you know Dorothy? Do you have the time? Have you got a light, dear? Change for a dime. Do you come here often? I see what you mean. I know a tavern where we won't be seen. There was a time back before Stonewall. We heard the jokes and we joined the laughter. We lied and we passed and avoided the strife. Yet we still found each other, the ones in the light. We still found each other. Thank you. And the song is called I Slept Through the Morning. Morning, sunbeam, blue skies, birds sing. It's a good time to get up, do something. Squandered beauty and time wasted, lying in the comfort of my bed. I slept in the morning, now I'm in a hurry. I slept in the morning, I gotta get on track. I slept through the morning, and now I'm weighted with worry. I slept through the morning, and I cannot get it back. Noontime right now, present Tennessee, deadlines ticking, my anxiety's building, looking forward, so resigned to living backwards so I don't get left behind. I slept through the morning, now I'm in a hurry. I slept through the morning, I gotta get on track. I slept through the morning, double ending. I don't want to leave so much left undone. Tomorrow I'll get up early. There'll be time enough to sleep when I'm done. I slept through the morning. Now I'm in a hurry. I slept through the morning. I gotta get on track. I slept through the morning, and now I'm weighted with worry. I slept through the morning, and I cannot get it back. I cannot get it back. I slept through the morning, and I cannot get it back. I slept through the morning. Hey kids, do you know what time it is? It's quarantini time. Today's quarantini is vodka, cranberry, and Fee Brothers orange flavored bitters. Delish. It's quarantini time, it's quarantini time. So get yourself a glass, some vodka and a lime. Or you can meditate, do yoga with your mate. But these are trying times, and it could be too late. So call your liquor store, they don't care if you're poor. They are essential now, they'll leave it at your door. It's quarantini time, it's quarantini time. So get yourself a glass, some vodka and a lime. Remember, Fee Brothers Bitters. Don't squeeze, use Fees. FeeBrothers.com.